Hello everyone, Zeotech back with another video, and we have done it! The server has been started, and welcome to the Block Farmer server. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and start things off here with a small tour. Everything went as planned. Both me and Brickwaffle did a live stream. His was for about 7 hours, I did mine for about 2 to 3 hours. Not many people showed up, but it's a start. Alright, so we're going to start off here with Brickwaffle's wife. She created this Christmas tree right here, which is absolutely amazing. Looks great. Very festive. I kind of hope that we keep this even after the holidays. We got over here, Takata, I believe is his name. Another member on the server. He's been working to create these towers right here and this walkway that kind of cuts through the mountain, or at least over it. I think it's also extremely interesting. I like when you got two hills or mountains next to each other, then you have a walkway in between. I think it just gives a good look. Yeah, Takata's Shack 2.0. He ain't got too much going. Just like me, he's just gathering resources and building up certain projects of his. And right up here, you can see there's a piece of Zero Resistance from Brickwaffle. This is his house right now that him and his wife spent the first day building. He got right to building and designing. It turned out really good. It really does. It kind of has like a Nordic Viking feeling, and it looks really good. I actually plan on doing something somewhat like this, like a older log house kind of thing, because we are in a snowy biome. It just kind of fits. It's probably gonna be a little over there. As you see, the chunks taking a minute to load up. So let's go ahead and take a little bit of a look inside here. You know, pretty simplistic. Got everything you need to. Got some cake. I see he still hasn't eaten any since his last video. Let's go upstairs. Check out upstairs. Not much going on up here. I'm sure he's still working and designing everything. We're all working on our own projects, and it seems like everyone's in the same mentality of trying to work on multiple projects at once to keep from burning yourself out. This is his storage room. It turned out really nice. I like the pattern of the walls. I never thought about using the smooth with the non-smooth. I think it turned out very well. I'm going to have to keep that design concept in mind. Go out here. Got a few things going on out here. A nice little lava, I don't know, what would you call it? A fire pit almost, like a lava pit. In his previous episode that Brickwaffle had, he created a bunny farm. He has a nice little thing, Cropston up here. I haven't been up here in a little bit, so I haven't seen everything that's been doing. But he created a bunny farm, which if you go check out his video, which I will link his channel in the description, he has a tutorial for this bunny farm. I don't think it's completely automated. I think it's almost like a cow design. You have to breed them, and then they cook once they get older. As you can see, my main source of food right now is chicken. Speaking of, let's head on down to my place, or my temporary place. Anyone that's known me long enough knows that I tend to start out real slow when it comes to actually building my own house, especially on a server. I'm a very community-oriented person. I like to build machines and farms to benefit the community. On the first day, I had cow farms and a chicken farm up and running. And by the end of I'd say the second or third full cycle of the day, I probably had a automated chicken farm already ready. So, which is this right here. As you see, I also have some crops as well. And this right here is my little hole in the hill, as I call it. Not much going on. I mean, the floor ain't even completely like decked out or anything. It's very simple. It's a lot like Torkata's. Got my, not really mine, more of a spelunking cave down here. And then over here, as you see, we have a whole bunch of cows. And right here is my automated chicken farm. It's completely in farm mode. I just now swapped it back to farm mode. Let's see how many do we have right in here. Is that the correct number for down here? Wow, 30 something. I don't know if that's correct or not, but we should have, yeah, we have around 100 up here. Now, I actually had to spend about 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes at the most last night I had to make a diamond sword and continuously kill chickens because someone left it on breeding mode, and some people must have been logged in within the chunk for it to be loaded, and it bred to almost 1,000. So it was completely and utterly destroying my frames per second. I was able to cut that down to about 100. So I just now flipped it back to farming mode. I've put a note here to not breed anymore at the moment. I think this is plenty. We have plenty of raw chicken, which I originally had water to drown them. But after some testing, it seems like the lava is working pretty good. It used to be in servers, it was real glitchy in that you had a high chance of losing a lot of your items to the lava, but it seems like it's working fairly well right now, as we see. But, you know, I don't know what just happened. I think we might have just lost it then. I'm going to have to keep a real strict eye on this, because on my server, it doesn't seem to affect it. Let's see. Yeah, I might have to switch it back to a drowning process. I don't know actually what's going on. I can't see. Some of them are going in, some of them aren't. So I just gotta figure out whether it's worth losing some to get, you know, to get cooked food or not. So I'm gonna have to. I might use a dispenser instead, and manually just hit the button for the lava and then turn it off. That might be my best bet at the moment. The only thing about that is that because it's an automated system, they'll grow. If I don't pay attention, they can build up really, really fast. So I'm just gonna let it run how it is for right now and see how it works out. All right, on to the next little thing on the server. We're gonna go back up here. We're gonna go to the left side of our main mountain right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it Brick Mountain or Waffle Mountain, whichever he prefers. Brick Mountain sounds better, I think. Got a little bit of a lava lake over there. That's what I've been using to source my lava needs. Snow's kind of blinding. Spread the wealth of the chickens around. So, before I show you this, I'm going to show you tell you a little bit of story about these. After everyone got done streaming and recording, and they got off for the day, launch day, which was, I believe, 2 days ago, then I stayed on until about 5 in the morning. Now, what I discovered before then was that there was 2 spawners nearby. One of them is a zombie, which is one we're going to right now. And this is right under Sonoblock. I'm gonna have to ask Brick how I'm supposed to pronounce his username. And I told him, since it was under his, I was like, you know what, I found it, but you can have what's in the chest. You can go ahead and build whatever kind of farm you need out of it. I don't have much of a use for zombie farms. The only thing I can think about that would be useful for zombie farms is the ability to get zombie villagers a lot easier. So we might need that later. Either way, he turned it into an up for XP, down for AFK kind of farm, so it works pretty good. And there's a light switch to turn it on and off, which I think is always a very welcome feature that I think almost every farm should have if can be incorporated. And up here is Sonoblock's area down here. He's the only one so far that I've seen that actually has a sugarcane farm. And now that I have some more materials, I might build one here soon as well. He also is the only one right now that has a working enchantment room. But everything right now is mostly for the community. Everything that everybody's doing, and for the most part, the difference between me and Brickwaffle and Sonoblock is that I haven't really built much of a house. So, which I'm actually thinking is going to be one of my next bigger projects. Alright, it seems like it's a great time to show off. We are using the same command blocks as I've seen in the Hermitcraft server, where when you sleep, no matter who it is, no matter how many people's in the server, when anybody sleeps, it automatically turns into day, so that not everybody has to sleep at once. To me, it don't really take anything away from a server, so I really don't mind. I would still basically call this vanilla, but I'm sure some people would classify this as semi-vanilla because we're using command blocks and other things as such. And the contraption is in our spawn chunk, I'm guessing, because it needs to be there in order for it to work. Alright, so as I mentioned before, I found 2 spawners, and one of them I actually did make something out of, because I think it's something really important to make pretty early on, and that's a skeleton farm, made by Zeotech98, aka Chain Heart, which, as you remember, is moi. That's my screen name, which I actually plan on getting a new one soon, to actually match how everyone sees me as on YouTube. So we got a light switch which turns these on. At first I thought this actually stopped the spawning down here, but after some testing, it seems like it doesn't stop it, so I might have to put a few lanterns down there as well to officially stop the spawner down there. So right now, it's just for looks. So here we have a skeleton farm. As you can see, the floor is made of glass, so for your viewing pleasure of being able to see the spawner, it is effectively working. We have arrows and bones, along with the maintenance and AFK area back here. If I can walk through the door properly. Go right up here and just AFK. I think it looks really cool. It was originally made for maintenance back here, but I realized that there was this little step right here. I'm like, wow, this is actually a really nice place to just AFK and watch the skeletons, and it's nice. So that was the fruit of my labor at the end of the first day. It took me to about 4 to 5 in the... I actually finished the farm way earlier than that, but it took me a while to go to the nether and find the glowstone and the quartz for the comparators, and the get enough netherrack to make the nether bricks, which I think the conversion rate is absolutely atrocious. I mean, just for this little bit of nether brick, I needed a few stacks of netherrack. More than a few stacks, actually. And the farm works with the water elevator, because they're one of the things that's just never changed in the game. I hope that one day they never will. It's just a mechanic that always seems to work. It goes up high enough so that I can kill him. I could, if I felt like it, to turn into an XP farm. I just don't see a need to it. Plus, seeing as in the way they work sometimes, it ain't always effective, and it ain't always gonna be a one-hit punch. So on servers, everything has to change a little bit. It's not 100% completely finished, seeing as in you can tell that the nether brick, sorry, I know I'm saying that wrong. Nether brick is not filled in right here. I also plan on putting the glass all the way up to make it square, because it's kind of bothering me that it's in a plus shape. The plus shape is just temporary. So that is my skeleton farm. Did a lot of work on that. It looks really good, I think. And it has more features that I plan on adding to it. Alright. And I actually didn't need to put a sorter on the arrows, because seeing as in they're only dropping 2 things because we're not hitting them ourselves, they're only going to drop bones and arrows, so I just needed to do a sorter for one, and then the rest would just go into the other chest automatically. I just had to make sure that the hoppers were facing over the bones first, so that the bones would filter before anything else was. I'm also going to make this trail go down here as well. That's one of my next projects, is to make roads and pathways to everything once we start seeing more farms pop up. So far, the major farms are the ones that I've built, but I know everyone else is slowly working on some things as their own. I'm very machine-oriented, as Brickwaffles stated in his video recently about the server, and that's just how I'm oriented very early on. I'm very community-oriented, like I said. My job in my eyes is to create as many machines as I can to help out the server as fast as possible, so that our efforts at creating things go smoothly. And in that, I have also found three slime chunks that are connected. Sorry about that. In like an L shape. And a little bit of a story behind all this. I found this. I did not realize that Brickwaffle also has found 3 slime chunks connected in more of a rectangular shape. And he already started clearing out an area for it. Now, once I started, he realized that I was doing it, and he posted about, apparently how we're both doing it, and that if I wanted to, I could just make mine automated, then he'll make his, a small little personal use kind of thing. Which sounded great, and after I took the time to clear out, oh wow, I kind of actually missed a spot, to clear out this 2x2 chunk, which are, is like, I think like 32 by 32 blocks, something another, 3 high. It took a decent while, and I'm going to show you the video right now of me gathering the rest of the resources, because I actually carved it out, and then I left the resources that were still there, so I can just carve it out and see what kind of yield it was at the end. So here's the video right now. Alright, hope that everyone enjoyed watching that. I think I'm pretty sure I sped it up a little bit because, you know, no one wants to watch me aimlessly, just like, not aimlessly, but, you know, a little slowly just mining stuff. So that's that. That's that part of the story. Now, the rest of the story is a little more depressing. I didn't realize how much work Brickwaffle actually did, and he just informed me that, because I asked him how he did what he did so fast, and he's like, well, I guess that's what, you know, 2 diamond pickaxes with efficiency 4 and, you know, a lot of time in your hands would do, and I guess, yeah, I guess so. I didn't have a high efficiency, well, actually, I did have a high efficiency pickaxe, but still. Either way, so we're gonna go check out his slime farm, and why progress on mine is gonna be canceled. That's right, canceled. I rarely cancel projects, but I'm canceling my project for that specific slime farm. So if we come down here, we're gonna see Brickwaffles' slime farm. I didn't realize how much work he's done, but he's actually already completed all the spawning pads necessary for the slime. As we see, there's already slime down here. We're gonna go ahead and kill these guys. And once I realized that he's actually already cleared out all the space for a complete slime farm, all it needs to be is automated. I asked Brickwaffle if he wouldn't mind just letting me go ahead and automating it instead of it being a personal use, because there's no point in having 2 big slime farms competing for, you know, spawn availability, because most likely they're going to come in here, which is why you didn't see any in mine. And this one already has pretty decent rates, has a lot of space. Aside from caves that need to be lit up, it works fairly well. I think I hear some more. Yeah, there's some more heading this way. Either way, so he gave me the go-ahead. He said that was fine. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to kill the slime. Generally, I would use the cactus method, where they fall, they get into the water, and then they move to the side. Some people have been complaining that supposedly, you know, that probably don't work now because the slimes swim now. I haven't noticed any kind of different. I still think it works just fine. They still seem to kind of head towards the corners, and I don't really think the fact that they swim is really changing anything. Sorry, that's kind of loud. Go ahead and lower the sound down a little bit. There we go. So yeah, he gave me the go-ahead. That's going to take a lot of resources building up in order to get ready to do this, though. I'm going to need a lot of iron to make the hoppers and such. So it's going to be kind of spread out over a few episodes of just kind of progress updates. Maybe 1 or 2 episodes to actually dedicated to finishing this up. And I've already gotten a few stacks from just hanging out here, just kind of exploring all the chunks that he's hollowed out. So after I automate it, we should have no more problems, because the rates on this thing is absolutely amazing, even before every single cave in the area has been lit up. So that's great. I mean, I got 16, and I've only been on here for a minute and a half, probably at the most. So let's move on. Like I said, it's going to take me a little while to get that finished. I think this guy's wanting to race. Huh, I think he won. Either way, materials. That's what everything's going to take. But I'm still deciding exactly how I'm going to kill him. I could use the cactus method, but I do have enough room, seeing as in he hollowed out the very final one at the very bottom too, but not leaving any space under for any kind of collection system. So I might either A, build upwards and just still do it and just get rid of that bottom bottom layer, which I really don't think is going to hit the efficiency that much, to be honest with you, especially if we're just playing here anyway and it's just gathering it the whole day. I think we'll be fine. But if it seems like the resource needed for that one is just not in the cards, then I'll try a different design. I've seen a few designs using iron golems, which might work just fine. But we'll just have to wait and see. It seems like either way, in order to do any kind of collection or killing system, I'm going to have to most likely get rid of that bottom layer so that I have the space. Otherwise, it's working great. And when it comes to manual and personal uses, I mean, anyone can go down there and get a few stacks pretty relatively easy. Alright, so the project that I plan on doing at the very end, which is right now, is just going to be a small auto cow farm, because I heard a few people mention that they kind of expected me to make a cow farm as well, seeing as I have all these cows here. And I do plan on it. The needs aren't high for food and leather, but it never does hurt. Leather is definitely useful in a lot of different ways. So I'm going to go ahead and make that just so we have it. As you see, I've already kind of chopped out a layer out of this hill because I'm trying to do the same thing I did over here, having it like in like a natural setting for right now until I think of a better area, until I think of how better we can do things. But right now with all these hills, it kind of makes a natural housing for all these farms. So I'm gonna go sleep, gather a few resources, and then we'll be back and then start building. Alright everyone, we are back, and I've gathered the last bit of resources I believe I need in order to build this automatic cow farm. I'm sorry if you hear any extra breathing or sniffling. My little pug, my new puppy, wants to sit on my lap, and he just won't have it any other way. So you might hear a little bit of an adorable puppy sound. So yay for you, right? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start this off. I only need about a 4 space. That's how I'm gonna do it for right now. But I am gonna just kind of go back just a little bit, just so that I have a way to kind of get back here if need be. Because I won't need to actually go this thick, but I'm going to anyway for right now. Let's go ahead and get everything material. I'm going to make it mostly out of polished andesite. It's one of the newer blocks. I don't exactly know how to say it. So, let's see here. I think I'm going to place the first block right here. Does that work? I think that'll work. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. The cows will sit right here. And then, let's see. 1, 2, 3. This is where the cows are going to sit. First dispenser is going to be right here. This one's going to be the dispenser for the water. And the button is going to be right here. And one right here. Get this hopper right here. Right there. Kind of trying to build this off from memory. I'm going to put a link in the description on the basically the exact farm that I'm using right now. I'm gonna need to carve some of this out to get behind there. I'm trying to make it to where you don't have to where it's not gonna be bulging out of this too much. Let's see, another dispenser right here. This is gonna be the actually right here. This is gonna be the lava dispenser to kill the older cows. Go ahead and fill this in all back here. Unfortunately, I might need to go up another layer up there because the ladder is going to go up right here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to go back a little bit more if I want this to be where I want it to be. So let's see, I'm lacking. Nope, here are the signs. Here are the signs. Put the one right here. One right here to keep the lava from flowing out. And that's about it for most of the design portion. I am going to need to make some ladders if I don't already have some. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got ladders. Okay, good, we're good. We are good, people. No one freak out on me now. Let's go up. Whoops. Shift click. Let's go ahead and clear out some space up here. I have to work with this a little bit. I think I might just keep this overhang right here. And then this needs to have another block, I believe, so I can get up here. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix this hill maybe a little bit. This is where the cows are gonna be. I think that should be good. Some iron bars right here. This right here. These two. Because I am going to put a button right here. That's going to be able to activate this from up here so that you don't have to hit it from down here if you don't want to. It really doesn't matter either way. I just like to have the ability to do that if need be. So now we gotta carve out the back so that we can do all the wiring. Not much wiring needed, but there is some. Oh. Hope my dog ain't too loud on the stream. He wouldn't fall asleep in his bed, so when I put him in my lap, he just kind of passed right out. That's right, Zeotech has a spoiled dog. Guess there's really nothing too wrong with that. I'm going to... Do I have any torches on me to light this area back here? Yeah. The button should be right here, I believe. Is it? Should be right there. Should be able to... I have to test that out once I gotta get some half slabs. I forgot to get the half slabs. Let's see what we got here. It's not very often where I actually build something completely from scratch, from memory on the recording, but I felt it was necessary because cutting around is good for big builds, but for small builds, I just think it's kind of an overkill. Bad placement for this torch. I think I need those right now. Alright, let's test that out. I think I might have placed the button in the wrong spot. Yeah, it's not clicking. Maybe it was supposed to be up here. Maybe the button. Maybe the button was supposed to be right there. Yeah, let's see, that works. And then we're gonna move. That's right. In my original design that I designed on my own, I used to put it right here because this was in the ground. But I thought it was better to have the chest exposed. So, which I could have put in the ground, and I guess it would have saved a little bit of space, but it's fine. So now to wire up this dispenser right here, what we're gonna do is first knock out these blocks that I put right here for temporary. I'm gonna place this right here, fill it up here, and now the button is right here, so it will activate this, and then it will travel through a repeater, which will power this block, which will hence power this redstone, which should activate that one. Okay, good. Now for the hard part, that I completely spaced it while I'm building all this, is to, you know what? I think I'm gonna drop them in from the top. Do I have a way to get up there? In there? I should have a way to get up there. Let's see here. Whoops. I'm gonna have to fill this back in when I get done. Oh, fantastic. Guess I'm punching dirt now. I'm probably not going to record me actually physically putting the cows into the machine. I feel like that's just going to take too much time because they can be a pain, and I do have a lot that I plan on trying to put in here so that it's self-efficient. I won't have to spend a lot of time putting a block here, letting them breed, and then, you know. Speaking of blocks, where's the glass? There it is. I'm planning on using white glass. I like the white glass. I think it still gives a glassy effect, but it's, I don't know, it fits. So that should be it for that. I'm going to, whoops, put the water block in here, and then we can test that out now. And then, let's see, I think I'm good when it comes to this way right here. So I'm just going to travel upwards. So let's go ahead and test this water, and then I'll be back after I place a few cows in here. Oh wait, it's going to just pour out. Let's go ahead and fill that in. Water, good. And then we could just come up here in this area, and I'm also going to make a button while I'm out and about to place right here to activate this, and then I'm going to have iron bars right here to keep the cows from spewing out. or if I'm just getting too out of control. Mostly so that I don't fall in, because they can't get out from that height, but there will be a possibility that I fall in, and that would be a very big tragedy, because most likely that would, you know, cause me to break some blocks, and then the cows would get out, and, you know, that opens Pandora's blocks, and we all fall into some kind of time vortex, and you know how it works. Alright guys, so I'll be back in a minute. Alright, welcome back everyone. So I got eight cows in there so far. I think that's all I'm gonna do for right now. I think I might just block off this area right here where they fall into. That fall down. Just go ahead and block that off right now. I'm just gonna place this right here. And then I think I'm just gonna breed them like that until they get to a good number. I'm thinking about I don't know what a good number is gonna be. I want it to be fairly high enough to where every time you breed them, you get a sustainable amount of cooked steak. So we're gonna see what happens. It's gonna be a little bit of a process. So I'm just gonna go over here and harvest some wheat right now. Let's see. I had to use a lead and fishing rods to get some of them out of here. Then some of them were just roaming around, which made it a lot easier. I'm also gonna want to get iron bars. Let's see. Organize things in a very specific way. Not like by category, but like the way I organize them in here, so that I make sure they're all together. So do I have any wheat at the moment? I do not, so just got to harvest what I have. And this is about the end of the episode for you guys. It was more along the lines of an episode just to kind of show off show off the server a little bit. And hope everyone enjoyed the episode. I'm gonna breed these cows now. I'm gonna show a little bit of a result in the next episode about how well this turned out. I'm hoping it works out pretty good. Let's go ahead and put the seed somewhere right here. That's fine. Place these iron bars somewhere. Alright. Push that button and breed the cows. Let's see. I think that's all I can do for right now. Alright. There should be how did you get out? I think you just glitched through the bar. Didn't think that was possible. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that. That could have just been purely a server thing, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna leave that like that right now. I can still get to the button. Of course, that actually goes to show that I shouldn't let it just sit there like that. So, but this ain't the final design of the farm. This is just the starting design. I'm going to do a little bit more to make it look better. Obviously, I'm going to fill this in with glass as well. And I will show the results of everything later. Hope everyone enjoyed the episode. Hope everyone has a great day. Like, subscribe down below. Have a great day. Bye.